bonus lesson, how to go viral and how to gain followers. In this bonus lesson, we will answer two questions, how to go viral and how to gain followers. We will break down some strategies that you can personalize to achieve both outcomes. And the best part, none of these strategies require you to spend money or buy ad space, nor are we buying followers, folks. These two questions go hand in hand, as going viral often leads to account growth. So let's address these questions separately for now and start with how to go viral. But first, let's define what going viral means so we're all on the same page. When something goes viral, it is getting viewed by a lot of people within a certain time period. Some social media experts are more strict in their definition of what it means to go viral and how many views your content should have within a certain period of time, and these measurements can vary across platforms. For this lesson, we are going to loosen up our definition of what counts as going viral and view it as a piece of content that is shared by many people no matter the time period. For this lesson, I will also mostly focus on Instagram and TikTok since these are the platforms that I know best. So let's finally answer the question, how do you go viral? The answer, there is no one singular answer. One cannot decide ahead of time that they are going to make a piece of content that goes viral. The only thing in your control is the making of the content and understanding what types of content people respond to. That being said, here are some things to keep in mind about how to go viral. Know your audience. You need to know your audience and what they will like. You need to understand why your audience is following you in the first place. This will help you develop and curate content that they will engage with, thus boosting your visibility and chances for going viral. Know how you fascinate your audience. Since we've been discussing memes, it's pretty safe to assume that your audience is fascinated by your sense of humor. But there are many other ways to fascinate and captivate an audience. I highly recommend a book called Fascinate: How to Make Your Brand Impossible to Resist by Sally Hogshead. This book outlines why we are fascinated by and drawn to certain types of people and brands. Another book you should read, since we're out here giving recommendations, is one called Contagious: Why Things Catch On by Jonah Berger. This book also goes into detail on how and why things go viral. Produce content. So this is what I call the open mic stage of sharing your content. Open mics are an important tool for comedians needing the stage time to develop their sense of humor and stage presence while testing out as much material on your audience as possible. Every time you share a meme on social media, it's like you're telling a joke at an open mic. What we're hoping to achieve is to tell a joke that is so funny that the people who hear it go home and try to tell it to their friends and family because it was so funny and memorable. Except they butcher it because live comedy is something best experienced live. However, on social media, if your meme is funny, they can just share it with their friends and the joke is experienced the same way no matter how many times it's shared. And the joke cannot be butchered this way. And just like comedians have to tell a lot of jokes before they hit a home run, it's the same with memes. You can't just make one and think you'll become famous. Rather, you need to look at it as a process and fall in love with the process of creating. That is what will help you produce without limits. Finally, focus on quality. Depending on what type of content you're sharing, quality can mean different things. If you're a travel influencer, then you want to post quality videos of the places where you travel. If you're a makeup artist, then we need to see some top tier lighting in your content to see how the products you're trying look. Quality can come in the production, but there is always an exception when it comes to funny content, which is why I personally stick to comedy. When it comes to comedy, we don't care how good or crappy the quality of the video or meme is. We only care about the quality of the comedy. Think about the quality of video clips on the show America's Funniest Home Videos. They're staticky, they have sound issues, absolutely no color correction or editing, just moments caught on tape by amateurs with recording devices. You can get away with imperfections when you're funny, and audiences are more forgiving if you can provide them with something valuable, like a hearty laugh. For you memesters out there, the only quality you need to pay most attention to is the quality of your joke. Even if you're working with Photoshop or Canva and do a slightly bad editing job, you can get away with it if the meme is funny. It's actually even more funny sometimes when it's obvious how photoshopped a meme is, but only if the photoshopping enhances the humor. For example, in this meme I created when Ted Cruz abandoned his state, I photoshopped in an Airbud as he was caught on the way to Cancun in full vacation mode with his earbuds in, perfectly placed in his ears to drown out his kids who he later blamed for the trip. Little details like that can generate comments and further laughs when users point them out. Now that we understand how to go viral, let's now discuss how to gain followers. Gaining followers often happens when you go viral because as your content is being viewed for the first time by hundreds and thousands of new audiences at a time, many of those individuals will be fascinated by you, thus will click on your profile and check it out to see if your account is one worth following. Why we follow people is very similar to how we are fascinated by them. So to understand this better, get that book I mentioned. That being said, the first thing you must do to make sure you're ready to gain new followers is make sure your profile communicates what type of content potential followers can anticipate. For example, if you're on Instagram, you want to think about what people see when they go to your profile. The goal of your profile page is to always be ready for new visitors with related content that they can spend time enjoying. So think about all the real estate on your profile, from your handle to your profile name, your bio, the highlights, the space for a link, etc. All of that is prime real estate to communicate who you are and what type of content you provide. So utilize every space of your profile wisely. With that being said, here are some other things to keep in mind about how to gain followers. Engage with your audience. It's really important to spend time on the platform you wish to grow on and engage with your audience. Engage by responding to DMs and comments. Engage with the posts of your followers. Engage with other pages that post similar content to yours, etc. Engagement tells your followers that you are active and will respond if they engage, which will encourage them to do so. Engagement informs the algorithm that your account is valuable to a certain audience and will push your content to like-minded audiences. Furthermore, and I see this happen more so on TikTok, but leaving thoughtful and funny comments on other people's content can drive traffic to your page. I can't tell you how many times I've gained a new follower on TikTok simply because I posted a really funny joke on someone else's video in the comments. Recent and popular comments with lots of likes will be seen first in the comments of a TikTok video. So, when a new user sees that same video and goes to the comments section, they'll see the most liked comments first, which tend to be the funniest. In Instagram, you also have the option of pinning a comment so it is seen above all the others. Niche down. The most important thing you can do for your account and your chances of going viral is to niche down. Find a niche and create content for that niche. Use hashtags that are specific to that niche. Experiment with the hashtags and study which ones are more popular. If you're stuck on hashtags, use a hashtag generator. You can find several by doing a Google search. Identifying a niche is something I strongly stress for comedians wanting to grow their social media following. Like, yes, being a comedian is already a niche, but you have to have an idea of who your comedy is for in order to really niche down. For example, I follow a page curated by a comedian and actress called Your Favorite Ex-Girlfriend, and the type of memes she shares come from the perspective of an unstable but lovable ex-girlfriend. I follow other pages with handles like bougie memes and girls think I'm funny, and notice that those handles kind of tell you something about the page. This brings us to our next pointer. Communicate who you are through your handle. The examples I just shared tell us something about the account and what type of content to expect. These accounts are clearly aimed at a younger, female identifying or female supportive audience. My meme page, Bitch and Dog Memes, tells you exactly what to expect. Yes, it's a dog meme page, but the word bitchin' helps weed out the people who love animals but hate cursing. Your handle is an opportunity to advertise who you are anywhere your handle appears on the platform. So if you have a catchy handle and you comment on other posts, new followers can discover you through your handle and then maybe take the action of clicking on your profile, which is what you want because you'll have it ready, like we discussed, right? From there, they can check out your other content and decide whether or not to follow. Get people to spend time on your page. Eventually, you want to create a page that has enough content to keep users engaged for a while. Algorithms in general boost content that gets the most eyeballs. So if people are spending a lot of time watching your content, the algorithm is going to think, oh, this person is spending a lot of time on this page. Maybe this other person who has similar interests would like this content. So I'll make this profile appear on their Explorer for You page. On Instagram, one of the earlier trends was to create blog-like posts as a caption for your post. That way people have to scroll and read and spend more time with your content. On a platform like TikTok, you want people to watch your entire video as many times as possible, which is why many people suggest creating a video 15 seconds or under. Those videos have a higher likelihood of getting seen and going viral. When you create a piece of content on TikTok, it'll get pushed out in batches. And depending on how users respond, either by watching it in its entirety or scrolling away before it can finish, the algorithm will decide whether or not to push it out to more people. Ride the wave of new features. Social media platforms are constantly competing with each other. Instagram is a prime example of this. Once it was bought by Facebook, Instagram became the platform that would compete with all the other platforms to varying degrees of success. Instagram used to be just a photo sharing platform that people were moving towards and away from Facebook. Hence why Facebook purchased it. Slowly, more features were integrated into the platform to compete with blogs, Snapchat, YouTube, and TikTok. As Instagram rolled out these new features, the algorithms would favor users implementing and trying the new features. The latest examples is the Reels feature, which is basically a simplified TikTok feature to encourage users to make videos. If you log onto your Instagram account, you'll notice the Reels feature has its own button. So when you click it, reels that are related to the type of content you engage with will pop up. If you have a video that's 30 seconds or less, you would be better off sharing it as a reel as opposed to a video, because it will get favored by the algorithm. Likewise, TikTok is constantly unveiling new features, filters, and sounds. When new features roll out, you want to create content utilizing the new features to help boost your content. Likewise, using trending sounds can help boost your views, as well as creating fun, unique sounds that others can use and turn into trending sounds. The bottom line is to know your platform through and through, which is why you'll want to consider our last pointer. Stick to one platform. Master one platform to make your life easier. It can be tempting to want to go viral on all the platforms by creating unique strategies for each, but you'll overwhelm yourself. Instead, focus on creating content and going viral on one platform, and use the others to reshare the content. It's like when I told you to create a meme on Twitter and how to share it across various platforms. Ultimately, the platform you decide to focus on will be up to you and the type of audience you're trying to attract. Now that you have a better understanding of how things go viral, there's something I want you to do right now to your social media profiles. Switch them to creator/business profiles. By doing this, you will be able to access important data that can help you understand your audience, such as where they are located, age, gender, what time of day they are most active on the platform, etc. This data can help you curate the type of content that your audience wants to see, thus increasing your chances for going viral. You can also see how individual posts are performing by analyzing the post's insights. These insights will tell you how many people saved or shared it, in addition to how they found the post, whether it was through the Explore page, through their home page, or through the hashtags. It'll also tell you how many profile visits you've had and how many followers you gained because of the post. Knowing this can help you recreate whatever your formula was for going viral in the first place. Before we wrap it up, there are a couple of other things I'd like to share with you regarding going viral. Rather, these are some things to be aware of. Cheap tricks. There are, of course, tricks that one can use to boost engagement and the chances of going viral. One such example is the intentional typo. Intentional typos are an easy way to get grammar Nazis to engage. Divisive content also works, as people will either comment to support or to condemn. I call these cheap tricks because they are cheap ways to boost engagement fast, but in the long run, they can cheapen your account. This is in part why anyone with a radical opinion about politics can go viral on social media. And in my opinion, it's the only reason why Fox News exists and why so many awful people have their own shows. Because they can get people to talk about them on social media, which attracts sponsors. When someone posts a problematic opinion or stance, people are going to defend or condemn it. On a platform like TikTok, users can stitch and duet as a way to respond, which is a form of engagement that can boost the content. trolling and bullying. You do not have to subject yourself to trolling, bullying, or any type of harassment. There are filters you can implement to weed out certain words and phrases. You can turn off the comments entirely. You can delete comments, block and mute people, or even kick them off your followers list. On one hand, we want the engagement, but we don't want to encourage the wrong type of engagement. Your mental health is always more important than a social media account. Conclusion. In this bonus lesson, we discussed how to go viral and how to gain followers. If you enjoyed this course and would like to learn the art of comedy, please check out my Intro to Comedy course here on Udemy. If not, I'll see you on the internet.